In this video, we are discussing 6 key productivity habits.
So in this video, I'm going to share with you 17 micro habits that have completely transformed both my finances and other areas of my life.
So this is the exact system that has absolutely revolutionized me achieving my goals. I've actually hit most of the goals that I've set.
So many videos have been done about how to change your life in 2025. You don't have the time to watch them all, so here's the summary. 6 habits to make 2025 your best year yet.
In this video, we are discussing 6 key productivity habits. Now, if you incorporate any of these, and ideally multiple of these into your life, it basically guarantees that your next year is going to be your best year ever.
The first habit is ignoring the concept of annual goals. He says that there is a better method for goal setting, which are quarterly quests, which is about setting goals for the next quarter. This way you focus on the next 90 days, which are easier to visualize. Habit 2 is weekly review. The idea is that once a week you spend 20 minutes reviewing how your previous week was, and also setting priorities for the next one. Habit 3 is the morning manifesto, which is a 2-minute journaling prompt that you do first thing in the morning before you sit down to work, where you are answering the question, what are your 3 priorities for the next week? Basically, you are defining, what do I truly want to work towards? Which is a good exercise for you to work the right things. Habit 4 is called focus logs, which is to track the time spent on meaningful and focused work. He started an Excel spreadsheet to write down how many minutes a day he was spending on writing his book. This habit made him realize how productive he was being. Habit 5 is standing order social events, which is about scheduling regular social events like weekly dinners or game nights just to maintain relationships and prevent social isolation. And the final habit is multimodality multitasking, which is basically doing a bunch of things at once. He says that you can combine low-focus tasks with learning or with creative activities, such as listening to audiobooks while you're commuting or doing your chores. So this video was really nice. I think those are really nice habits to have. So I'm gonna give this one 4 stars. 17 tiny habits that made me rich.
So in this video, I'm going to share with you 17 micro habits that have completely transformed both my finances and other areas of my life, and also share tips on how you can apply them to your own life as well.
So I will quickly go one by one. Create more than you consume, which is to focus on producing rather than passively consuming. Create distance from the wrong people. Create an I can do this file, which is about tracking achievements to boost your self-confidence. Show gratitude, suggesting you to keep a daily gratitude journal. Automate these 2 things, which are savings and investing. Get specific, which is to break down clear, actionable financial goals. Audit these 3 buckets, which is about reviewing your expenses in the essential, fun, and future categories. Learn something new about money weekly. Stop caring about opinions, which is to focus on your goals and not others' judgments. Understanding the yes trap, which is about saying no to requests that don't align with your goals. Invest in yourself, which is to prioritize education, fitness, and self-care. Diversifying your financial life, which is to build multiple revenue sources over time. Simplify decision making. You shouldn't spend your brain energy on simple decisions. Network with intent. Take action before you feel ready. Ask the questions, which is about discussing money strategy with others, and the 1% progress rule, which is about making small monthly improvements for long-term success. Well, so this video was a good one, but maybe you should try to focus on way too many without going in depth. But those were really good nonetheless. I'll give this one 3.5 stars. 12 tiny habits that will make you rich in 2025.
I don't wake up at 4 a.m., I don't journal, and I don't read 3 books a day. But that didn't stop me from achieving financial freedom in my 20s. It's all about the small, consistent habits that you do in the long term that makes you rich. So here are 12 habits that made the biggest impact for me.
The number 1 is don't say someday, mentioning that you need to start things right now, even if it's for a short period of time. It's all about starting. Habit 2 is facing the biggest fear, mentioning that he was once scared on being on camera, but facing that fear led to his success on YouTube. Habit 3 is don't ask permission, saying that you don't need to ask for approval for doing everything. You can be confident about what you can do or you can achieve. Habit 4 is to study psychology, where he shares this quote, which is, people by and large become what they think of themselves. If you think that you will never be rich, then you will never be rich. Habit 5 is blocking every day. You can block at least 30 minutes a day to work towards your dream. In this case, he was working on his side hustles. Habit 6 is to ask for help, which is about not trying to do things on your own. Number 7 is to learn from games. He says that he now sees building wealth as if it was a game, saying that getting rich requires the same things on being good at a video game. skills, strategy, and resilience. Habit 8 is to stop blaming time. Everyone has the same 24 hours a day. The only difference is your focus. Habit 9 is to work on luck surface area. He says that luck isn't just random. It can be created, so you can engage in activities that increase your luck opportunities, similar to maximizing property in Monopoly, for example. Habit 10 is don't try to be everywhere. He mentions that once he was trying to do too many things at once, which led to nowhere. Instead, it's better if you try to get good at only one thing. Habit 11 is to understand discipline, saying that discipline is not waking up at 4 a.m. or working out every day. Now he sees discipline as an act of self-care for your future self. And habit 12 is to be on yourself. His advice here is that instead of relying on your external stability, you should invest in your abilities. So this video was really well produced, and I really like its content. So I'm gonna give this one 4 stars. How to actually achieve your goals in 2025. Full guide.
So this is the exact system that has absolutely revolutionized me achieving my goals. I've actually hit most of the goals that I've set. I just wanted to break it down to you as I'm setting my own goals for this next year and to show you exactly how I do it so that you can copy along.
The first advice he gives is to write down your goals as if they have already happened. For instance, he would write, my name is Gabe, I'm 30, I live in the place you want to live, my net worth is X amount, my health is this amount BNB, I read 50 books this year, I managed to grow my business, etc. Basically breaking down the person that you want to become the next year. Then he says that your goals needs to be very specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and it needs a time bound. So in his notebook, he writes down the outcome goal and the actionable steps that he's going to take to get there. Then the next step is to see the habit tracker, seeing when you missed and when you are actually taking steps towards the goal. With that in mind, he also uses his notebook to plan out the week. So that was basically it. I would say that this video is pretty much just him showing off how cool his notebook is for tracking goals. So I didn't get that much value from it, so I'm gonna give this one 2 stars. 6 small habits that can change your life in 2025. 21-day plan.
Today, we're talking all about habits, making and breaking various habits. Many people are thinking about New Year's resolutions. They're thinking about leaving some things behind and acquiring some new behaviors. I'm also going to spell out 2 specific types of habit formation and habit breaking programs. I'm going to boil these down to some very explicit steps that anyone can use.
He starts the video challenging you to start 6 new habits per day across the course of 21 days. But here you should allow yourself to fail. Maybe you would only be able to perform 4 or 5 of them each day, but that's part of the process. He says that you can pick the habits yourself. They could be resistance training, daylight viewing, journaling, learning a new language, etc. Then after the 21 days, you stop forcing. You see how many of them stick. So which of them are you naturally doing after those 21 days that you were forcing them? The idea is that habits should form more or less naturally, and maybe your day doesn't have space for all of them. Then the second part of the video is about breaking bad habits. For this one, he gives an example of mindless scrolling through your phone. The trick to stop is to give yourself a reward for not performing the habit, or even some sort of punishment for doing so. He expands telling you to focus on the moment right after you catch yourself doing the unwanted behavior. But he doesn't really give an example about this part, so I'm not really sure if I got it. So this video was really nice. I really like Dr. Huberman. Some of his ideas may be a bit harder to wrap your head around, but I think this was a good video nonetheless. I'm gonna give this run 3 stars. So that was it, many nice videos today, and thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm really trying to reach those 300 subscribers. So thank you very much for your help.